Hello! I'm the official name raider. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today we're looking at Impidimp, Morgrem, and Grimmsnarl. I remember when this one was revealed, everyone was talking about it, hanging out in that little live stream they did where he'd pop up out of the forest every now and again. That was also when they found out about Galarian Ponyta. And they kept the evolution line a secret. They only ever showed Impidimp. I don't usually do this, but we're going to scroll down real quick just so you can see the ones I'm ignoring. Then we're going to get to Osborne right here. I have seen a lot of Green Goblin things. Maybe put like Green Goblin, or I don't think Norman's going to fit. But just know, Oscorp could work. Hold on a second. I just wanted to focus on the spelling real quick, and yes, they are technically spelled differently. Green Goblin is Norman Osborn spelled like that, and then Ozzy Osbourne is a U and an E. So, technically spelled differently. I don't know how many people are going to think, or whether or not they'll get confused, but just a thing to consider. I still think Green Goblin's going to probably stand out pretty well. Hey look, Green Goblin. I don't know, just a guess. Maybe they're referring to Beast from, I think it's X-Men? He's the blue guy, isn't he? My mind thought more closely to Beast Boy from Teen Titans, which is going to stand out better than just Beast if you wanted to do another comic book character. Dobby the House Elf. That is not fitting at all. Hairbender, I mean, that's kind of what it uses to attack, isn't it? I don't honestly like that characteristic of it, because I know that's like what it does for like Morgrem, but I'm just like, wow, that's like really fucking weird. Like, I understand that they do that for certain things in fiction, and that's fine, but it just doesn't feel like it fits the physical characteristics of something that looks like that. You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of thing I expect to snap my spine in half. Not poke me with its hair. Griphook is another elf. That one that's the bank guy from Harry Potter. Remember that. That's a better name than Dobby. I'll give credit for that one. Creature's another one. I don't remember who Creature belonged to. My mind says Sirius, but I'm not sure. I actually always kind of like the spelling and that name. So yeah, let's just go ahead and acknowledge there's better fucking names out there than Dobby. Dobby's got a shit name. Fuck that hoe. Griphook and Creature, way better. Envy works as a generic Binding of Isaac Bayonetta style nickname if you want to use that. Or Gringot, since we're really leaning heavily into Harry Potter here. I need a Star Wars nerd for this one, because I looked at this one and I started thinking about Wampa Stompas from Shadows of the Empire. When I Google it, it only mentions Shadows of the Empire. Are these guys, like, exclusive to this game? Are they not an actual part of, like, Star Wars lore? Like, do they not appear elsewhere in the franchise? Because, like, I like the idea and concept of that as a nickname for them. Full-on Wampa Stompa. I just want to make sure that wasn't my video. But, I don't know, it makes me curious. Is that a niche thing? We'll highlight this one. This goes on a Wind Waker quest where this girl falls in love with a moblin and then they write love letters to each other. In case you didn't know, Wind Waker's kind of a weird game. I don't like the idea of naming it Mo, but if you wanted to use Moblin or Bokoblin as nicknames, those are fine and way more obvious than just Mo. I kind of hate how well Grinch fits. Like, it's a green monster guy, so it fits. And just because I was curious, I decided to look at what the official origin is. I mean, it's pretty obvious, ogres, trolls, but it does say boogeyman here, and then it mentions Grendel, and I just thought those ones were worth highlighting, especially considering it's right here, for instance. Boogeyman I have as a generic, like, dark or ghost type nickname. I think you can throw it onto anyone. I don't know. I feel like we can let it slide for this one, even though that might make me a hypocrite. I've also seen Brothers Grimm a bunch of times, and just highlighting, that is kind of in its name origin right here. Shrek, I'm surprised it took this long to fucking find. Gotta be honest, I really expected that to be beaten to death because, like, trolls and ogres and Thwacto funny! Yes, Shrek is funny. Do you know what's not funny? Fucking beating a joke to death. I think I'll acknowledge this one because it's not intended, because, you know, fucking Nick Finder is weird as fuck. It says nicknames for Majora. And it kind of makes me think a little bit of Majora's Mask final form. You could argue your way around that if you wanted to. I mean, I think even its second form has full body. Yeah, because that's where he does the silly dancing, and then the third form is where excuse me, since Majora's Mask is a girl, that's where she gets the whips. And Majora's Mask is one where it's like, I'd love to use that as a nickname, I just don't feel like there's a fitting Pokemon for it. Like, the obvious choice is Yan Mask, but what fucking good does that do when it evolves, you know? For whatever reason, my dumbass clicked on this. But yeah, we're at the bottom. This one's blacklisted. We've looked through everything. I gotta be honest, this is actually a lot better than I expected. Like, going in, expecting full-ass Shrek, only got Shrek once, and that was it. Green Goblin I knew was going to come, because, like, I've seen that in previous episodes. That's fine. That didn't bother me. Quite a bit of Harry Potter, but also based on that, like, we've seen how expansive the Harry Potter-based nicknames can be, because there's more than just Dobby, so that's great. But I guess I should go over what's actually written down. Yeah, Green Goblin, Creature, Griphook, Dobby, Hogwarts. No, not Hogwarts. What's the name of the bank? Gringotts. There you go. And then, I didn't really hate Grinch either. Let's go over comment suggestions before I mention the other two I have written down that weren't found on Google. Grendel, Beowulf, so the Tumblr guy, a troll Pokemon. Okay, that was funny. I like mine better of Rampardos because of his description with the whole, like, bashing his tiny brain and bashing his head against the wall. Like, I like that. I thought that fit. But there's a nice joke. In case you're new to this channel, there will be a compilation video of every single time we had to read the Tumblr guys' shit. That'll happen one day. Can't promise you when, but I promise you it'll happen. Names I've seen online. Ogremon. Is Ogremon real? Let's find out. Ogremon is real. This is what he looks like, I guess. I don't know if that was when I technically watched Digimon or not. I remember watching Digimon a little bit when I was a kid, but I don't remember shit except for like a few random lines, and that's it. I don't have a problem with that one. That's fine. One I had written down was Ryukushin, because just one day I was just looking through Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I was like, what could work as a nickname? And Ryukushin was just one. I was like, oh, that's a decent name. That could be applied. And I don't know if that was something that I did before Gen 8 came out, or if I did it, and then I was like, oh, Grimmsnarl, there you go. Later, I don't know, but that one was my idea, and then I didn't have it written down for whatever reason, but I remember talking about it and saying Dakuki from Goemon's Great Adventure. Are there better choices for it? I mean, yeah, you kind of got a werewolf thing going on with, what's his name? Lycanroc. I really struggled, because he looks kind of like Lycanroc, but I don't know, he looks like Lycanroc in the sense of werewolf, but I look at that as, that's a giant demon monster, that's a giant demon monster. They have a thing in common, and we could say the covered in hair part also works. I'll be honest with you, I don't really like his shiny. I don't like the white and pink color scheme. I think he should have stayed black, and then maybe like changed his skin to like blue or some shit. Or I don't care, make him black and pink, whatever. Just don't change his fur, his hair. His hair should have stayed the same color. IMO. But that's that. Any other ideas and suggestions you have, feel free to put in the comments below. Give a thumbs up to the ones you think are good. Let us know what you'd use or what you'd recommend. Again, pleasantly surprised at how this episode went. But I mean, this was also I'm going to say decently popular Pokemon. Certainly a well-known one, so it's going to stand out better than something like Eldegoss. Where's your Eldegoss fans at? Oh, that's right. They don't exist. They're all over here liking Grimmsnarl instead. Grimmsnarl is literally the epitome of a dude Pokemon, where it's like, you know that little boys are gonna like it and older guys are gonna like it, because you'll be like, yo, that Pokemon looks rad as fuck.